Tonight's event will be separated into two portions. First, we will hear from newest Auburn candidate and the SGA treasurer candidate. During this section, the audience is permitted to cheer and support their candidate. Next, we will go into the SGA vice president and presidential candidate debate. The speaking order for these candidates was determined by a random drawing earlier this evening. The major candidate debates will allow for opening statements about each candidate, followed by questions about their platform and various issues pertinent to the student body and the university as a whole. These questions have not been approved or shared with any campaign. Questions will be directed to a particular candidate who will have 1 minute to answer. Each question will allow for a 30-second rebuttal if something pertaining to the other candidate is mentioned during a response. The debate will end with closing statements from each candidate. During the debate portion, the audience must be very quiet and no applause or outbursts will be permitted. We are so excited that you're here, and now please join me in welcoming Harrison Mills, the current SGA president.
My name is Harrison Mills, and it has been an honor and a privilege to serve as SGA president this year. Tonight, I will be mediating the debate, and before we begin, I'd first like to thank you for participating in the selection process. We are very fortunate as students to attend an institution where administration values our student opinion. But without further ado, we'd like to begin, so join me in welcoming the Miss Auburn candidates. Our slogan for the week has been Spark the Change, and I think one thing that really ties into that is that we have started the Spark, and it's been a really cool experience for us. All week we've been doing random acts of kindness, and it all started with you. Today's been my favorite day. We did Tiger Dining Appreciation, so we just wrote letters thanking the people who swipe the Tiger card every day so that you can eat on campus, and it's been a really cool and humbling experience to get to see those people, and just go to say thank you to someone that doesn't really get thanks. So with my platform, the theme has really been to do justice, love kindness, and walk humbly. And as Miss Auburn, I would strive to represent all students so that I can do justice, love kindness, and walk humbly. But I would really appreciate your support because Random Acts of Kindness reach out to all Auburn students, and it doesn't take anything but a little bit of time and effort. So tonight, I'm not only asking for your support, but I'm asking for your help so that you can go out and perform a Random Acts of Kindness. But thank you so much, and Lori.
I want you to imagine for a second that you've decided to study abroad. You're going to go for a year, let's just say in Leo's country of China, and you'll be there and you're excited about learning about the culture and the different types of food and the Chinese Spring Festival, what they do to celebrate the Chinese New Year. And you've been there for about a month and you realize not a single Chinese person has ever reached out to you. No one's invited you to their home. No one's even really introduced themselves. And unfortunately, that's the reality for a lot of international students that come to America to study. And I never want that to be the case at Auburn University. I'm from Ohio, and so I experienced the Auburn family when y'all embraced me with open arms, even though I'm a northerner. And so I want every Auburn student to feel the same way that I do. And so this week we've been connecting cultures, and it's been really, really encouraging to see just the response of Auburn University toward my platform. We've already connected over 90 international students with 90 American students. That's 180 cultures connected. And I would encourage all of you, I know several of you in this room right now are supporting other campaigns, and international students are important to every single one of us, so I encourage all of you to extend a friendly hand to international students this week. My platform isn't only important to Auburn students, though it's also important to our university's president, Jay Gouge. In his strategic 5-year plan, the #1 priority on his list is to diversify enrollment. So if the president thinks it's important, I think we should carry out what this president sees as a vision for Auburn to have 1,000 new international students in the next 5 years. So if we're going to have 1,000 more, we better welcome the ones that are here right now. So I would just like to challenge all of you to reach out to the international students that are in our community. We can learn a lot about their cultures, and also they can learn about what it's like to be an Auburn student as well. I'm really, really blessed by another thing I was just talking about with the Miss Auburns before we came out is just the integrity of this election has been really encouraging as well, just to see everyone respectfully campaigning on the concourse, and all of these platforms are going to benefit Auburn, and that's really encouraging to see. So I'm Kinsey Crow, and if you haven't decided who you're voting for yet, I'd love your support so that I can connect cultures for an entire year at Auburn. And you know what? No matter what, cultures will be connected, and they have been through my campaign already. So that's encouraging to see. Thanks for your time.
Is more than a platform for me. It's more like a movement. It's entitled Angels in Motion, or AIM, and it's about connecting Auburn University students with children with terminal illnesses, disabilities, and traumatic injuries who may never have the opportunity to come and experience college as we do each and every day. This program is going to be something that connects Auburn University students, organizations, sports teams, sororities, fraternities, anything that these children could imagine possibly being in college, we want to make happen right now. Because the reality is, many of these students may not live beyond adolescence, let alone be able to come and be a part of a college experience as we have it today. With this program, we've been raising money all week long for the Ronald McDonald House, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the Children's Miracle Network, as well as 5 of our featured children who all have very terminal illnesses, they have different disabilities, they have different things that have really been a struggle for them, and they're working hard to overcome each and every day. By us raising these funds, we're working on providing different medical services to them. We're working on providing different support systems to them, different traveling expenses, to really make sure that they have all the comforts and the luxuries that they deserve and that they need, and it's very, very important to us. Oftentimes, with wish-giving organizations, they focus so much on the terminally ill side of the child that they don't really see beyond that. They see the terminal illness as something that is the final moment. This wish is the last thing that they'll be able to get. They're going to meet Beyonce. They're going to go to Disney World. They're going to fulfill all their dreams. But what happens next? We have one of our featured children that is currently 20 years old. She suffers from a rare chromosomal disease, but she was not supposed to live beyond 2 years of age. She received her wish 15 years ago, but now what? Other wish-giving organizations will no longer accept children because of clauses they have where they only allow you to receive one wish. So then what? We want to be the ones to provide an opportunity for these children. We want to be the ones to let someone have this relationship with them. We want to be that wish beyond the wish. When different kids come to our organization, we want to make sure they know that they have the support they may not be feeling at home, that they may not be feeling with family because they are so often in hospitals, so often in Ronald McDonald houses that they cannot develop true and meaningful friendships. Through video greetings, cards, surgeries, boxes, anything that we can possibly do to muster up support for these children, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to make sure we have. Kiara Williamson, the one I was telling you about that is 20 years old currently, the only thing she wants to be able to do is to learn to read. But there are no programs out there for her. College campuses all over the country have turned her away, so we want to make sure that we're able to provide that kind of experience to them. I thank you all so much for all that you've done throughout the week, and I hope that you all aim with me tomorrow, for the rest of the week, for the rest of the month, and as long as we can keep this movement going. Thank you so much, and War Eagle.
So much just to see you guys here tonight, no matter what candidates you're supporting or what shirt you're wearing. It means so much to us, so thank you guys. A little bit about my background. I was homeschooled for most of my life and went to a very tiny high school my junior and senior year and graduated with only 9 people. So obviously transitioning from such a small background to such a large university was a little bit of a challenge for me, and one thing that I never got involved in is volunteering. And so I have kind of split up my platform into 3 easy and attainable goals. I've talked to the appropriate administrators and I've gone to the appropriate links to make sure that these are things that we can do and they're not just empty promises. The first thing that I would like to do is I would like to create a class that's worth 3 hours of credit that exposes you to the different volunteering options on Auburn's campus. The way that this class would work is each time that you meet for class, you would be visiting a different philanthropy in the community, all the while getting credit. The second thing that I would like to do is I would like to revamp a branch within SGA that helps with the publicity of these philanthropic events. And we all know about the common marketing branch within SGA that helps with the publicity of SGA events that we know and love. But my vision for this is to expand it beyond SGA, and no matter if it's an honors, sorority, or fraternity, or community service group, like alternate student breaks or something like that, that we would be able to help y'all with the publicity for things like this. The last thing that I would like to do is I would like to find a way to track all of our community service hours via our Ignited cards, and I would like to post this annually. And I think this would be a really awesome way to help individual students track their volunteering hours. And it'd also be a really great thing for our university to say, we did 128,000 hours of community service, and the 3 hours that I did on a Friday afternoon counted towards that total. We had a really great event this weekend. We called it Reach Out Weekend, and we went to 3 local philanthropies, and we had over 100 volunteers, and we did more than 300 community service hours. So if elected Miss Auburn, this is something that I would like to see happen more often. I'd like to see things like Big Event, or maybe something like Reach Out Weekend, allow us to give back to a community that has blessed us with so much. So I challenge you guys, or I would love for you guys, if you're not supporting anyone from Miss Auburn, to support ballot position number 4 tomorrow. And thank you guys, and we're cool.
Participating this week, and it really has been a good week of just getting together and just really embodying what the Auburn family is. But my platform is about an experience that I had this past summer. Some of my really good family friends became foster parents to a little boy named Caleb, who is currently 3 years old. And he's been in the foster care system for a couple years now and is growing up in that. And I really did not have an insight into the struggles that exist in the foster care system, and some of you might know about them, might not know about them as well. But what happens is when children that are growing up in the foster care system get to age 18, they actually will age out of that foster care system and will no longer be connected to any financial resources or support. And so the reality is that there are 27,000 foster children right now in the United States of America, and only 3% of those will actually attend college and get a higher education. And that is something that when I found out just hit my heart, because I've been one of those girls that has come to Auburn on an Auburn football Saturday, been in my little cheerleading outfit, and known that I would be able to attend college one day because my parents were there to support me and help me to get there and get a degree, get a job, and go on to be successful if I could. And so What we're doing this week and what we have been doing is we're partnering up with Auburn University and a local nonprofit called Big House in Opelika. And the university has decided back in the fall semester that they are going to provide tuition for 2 students every single year to come to Auburn if they're academically eligible. So where we come in is we have already funded a scholarship and we're raising money right now so that kids can come and they can be normal Auburn students. They can have their housing paid for, their books. If they want to go to an Auburn football game and have tickets every single year, we want to provide that so that these kids can come here and be just like us, not just to get a degree, but to enjoy the Auburn experience just like we have. And so at this point right now, we have surpassed the goal that I've set to be fit by 8 p.m. tomorrow, and we have raised over $5,000 for this scholarship. So what I'm asking y'all to do is just kind of forget this election and forget that I'm running for Miss Auburn, and whether you're supporting me or not, I want this to be bigger than these elections and bigger than what's going on and that I'm running for Miss Auburn, and I just want us to join together as the Auburn family and help these kids get here and help them have the same Auburn experience that we've had here, because we can do that. And the Auburn community's come together and the student body this week to show that this is something that's possible and it's attainable. And so if y'all aren't supporting anyone from Miss Auburn, whether you are or not, we have a benefit night tonight right after this at Chipotle. So come out and give and help these Auburn students be just like us. So thank y'all so much. I'm Sloan Bell, and thanks for helping me talk to the future.